Okay. So the stream should be working fine. Let's wait for some people to get in and we'll start taking a look at altcoins. So this should be saved as a video later on, so anyone who would like to take a look at the full stream, and just go to the live, go to my channel and select the live section. You're going to have the live videos there, so all the live streams that we're doing, those are going to be available there. All right, so thank you everyone for joining the stream. Let me know if everything works properly, if the sound is okay, if the frame rates aren't dropping, and we'll get into your altcoins. Just did a TA video on GMX that was requested by one of my friends in the Telegram chat. And so GMX video coming out very soon. And also we have a... What was the other video that I did? Also, we have a Polygon-matic video coming out very soon. That is a strong project, Polygon-matic. If you want to have some money in a strong project, then Cardano, Polygon, and I would say Cosmos. Those are the three safest in my opinion. All right, so you can start sending in your requests and we'll be taking a look at all the altcoins. Let me just make sure I have access to the comment section. There we go. Hey there. Welcome everyone to the stream. Let me know how long you've been watching the channel for. So Mexican Righteous, what's up? I'm great. I'm great. How are you? QSP Quant Stamp. All right, let's open up Quant Stamp and let's see what that's all about. There you go. The three safest outside Ethereum and Bitcoin. Yes, of course, Ethereum and Bitcoin are the safest. Although with Ethereum, from what we can see from Gary Gensler, he is probably going to be going after one of the proof-of-stake cryptos. So I doubt it's going to be Cardano. It is possible they would go after Ethereum, but that's just going to drag the price down and they're not going to be able to win at the end of the day. Because Ethereum is decentralized right now, and well, as decentralized as it can be, of course, with the way nodes are choosing and picking which transactions to process, which are not, which transactions not to process. That's a whole different topic. But out of those, yeah, those are the picks that I would go with. So QSP, let's search this up, and let's start taking a look at your altcoins. Coinbase, I think that's going to be the best chart to look at. So this is a $10 million market cap crypto. So this is a low cap gem. Interesting. It has been around since, wow, this is been around since 2017. Okay. Circulating supply, almost the entire total supply is out. This is very cheap. Let's see which exchanges do we have here. Coinbase, Gate.io. So Gate.io is somewhere you can get this token. So let's read about this. QuantStamp is a leader in blockchain security, providing expert security audits and blockchain solutions. Top crypto and enterprise companies, including Ethereum 2.0, Binance, MakerDAO, Chainlink, eToro, and World Economic Forum. You gotta love those guys. Choose QuantStamp to secure their blockchain applications. That's interesting. QSP is an ERC20 token used for verifying smart contracts on the decentralized QSP security protocol. Users can buy automated scans of smart contracts with QSP, and validators can earn QSP for helping provide decentralized security scans on the decentralized network. So this is interesting. Security protocols are definitely going to be important moving forward. There is one security protocol that I'm also eyeballing right now, and that's DSLA protocol. We've talked about it on the channel many, many years ago. I think 2 years ago or something, we covered that, and it absolutely took off. But I'm just wondering what happened with this bull market here. Like, we really didn't see a much of action, right? I mean, we did see, but still, it wasn't anything like this, obviously. But that's probably where it got listed. That's why it seems a bit minuscule compared to what happened here. Well, yeah, it peaked out at around about 15 cents here, and we pulled back afterwards. So, interesting, interesting. I'm going to save this project just so I take a look at it. I'll take a look at it later. I'll do a deep dive. Let's open up the weekly chart here and let's see what's going on. So it hasn't been that long on the Coinbase chart. I want to get an exchange where it has been for a while. So let's do that. What else? Gate.io and CoinX. We'll see which has more history. Welcome everyone who has joined the stream. Thank you very much. Let me know how long you've been watching the channel. I'm always interested to know. This is some sort of a broken chart for some reason, and what happened? Where is it? Where is this token listed? Why isn't there any exchange with history prior to 2022? I think that's going to be the same thing. All right, then we'll do this one for now. We'll do the Gate.io chart for now. Okay, so we're above the 20 EMA for now, which is the yellow line, so that's good to see. But obviously, with any major pullbacks, you can expect moves to the downside, a lot of wicks to the upside and to the downside, so a lot of liquidity squeezes. This is due to the fact that this is a low cap gem, of course, so that's the reason for those wicks. So if you're swing trading this, you might have a nice chance of grabbing some 2x or 75% moves to the upside. And the support here is going to be at 0.01155. That's going to be your major support level. In terms of resistance, we do need to be breaking above this level here. As you can see, this is our major resistance. We set that in April of 2021, and that is going to be sitting at 12 cents roughly. So from where we are right now, that is a 636% move to the upside. Potentially, what we can do right now is set some targets using the Fibonacci retracement. So we take the swing low in January of 2023, and we take the swing high in April of 2021. This is the basic way to set up a Fibonacci retracement to see what are the targets to the upside. Here are the settings for my Fibonacci retracement. As you can see, we have the prices in reverse, and you have the levels to the right side or the labels to the right side, and make sure it's set to log scale if your chart is set to the log scale. Mine is. So this is going to give us the 1.618 target at 50 cents. So that is going to be a nice target for us to look forward to in the next bull market. Obviously, I don't know if we're going to be breaking up. Okay, so this chart is from the 2017. Okay, great. Great, I didn't pay attention to that. It's just that I don't like when charts are broken like this. Sometimes data can be corrupted and it's not as accurate, so I tend to stay away from these charts. But if Gate.io is the only chart that we can take a look at, then okay. So 50 cents is going to be a nice move to the upside. That's what? Let's see in terms of percentages. That's 3,000% move to the upside. So I would say that is possible if the project is going to be getting a lot more partnerships. It's going to be getting out there with nice marketing, because sometimes good projects can still perform very badly due to the poor marketing strategies. That is something that you have to keep in mind. But I would say these are good entry points. This is very cheap. That's where we were sitting back in May of 2020. So if you wanted to get a nice bag of this project, I would say this is a nice spot to do that, actually. So thank you for mentioning that project. I'll keep an eye on it, as this is a low cap gem from the looks of it, because $10 million market cap, almost the entire supply is out. That's pretty bullish. Okay, brother, XP Network. Let's see. XP, is there a crypto called XP, or did you mean to say XRP? Okay, no, Polka Fantasy. I guess that's the one that you're referring to, right? Compress World. Is that Polka Fantasy? We'll take a look at Polka Fantasy, then I guess that's the one, but if it's not, then we'll switch it up, but I think that's the one that you're referring to. Let's see how long this one's been out. Okay, so MEXC, that's an okay exchange, I guess, but on the weekly chart we have since August, so it's been trading since August of last year. Okay, I mean, I would have liked it to be for a few years. Obviously, the longer the crypto has been on the markets, the better, because the more longevity it has, the better it is. Immediately above here, we can see a resistance level on the daily chart. So from that high to that high, that is going to be a major resistance level for us to break. But a good thing here is that we have an ascending support trend line that we're eyeballing right now. So hopefully we don't lose this trend line, as it has been keeping us afloat since January this year. So this is an important level for us to hold, because if we manage to keep ourselves in between this support and resistance, at some point you're going to get very tight in the apex of the pattern, and usually you see breaks to the upside. Sometimes we do end up going down, of course, if there are bearish news, if Bitcoin is crashing, but usually I would say when you're very, very near the bottom, you tend to move to the upside from these breakouts. Okay, let's take a look at the RSI real quick here as well. Let's see what's going on. So on the RSI, we can establish a resistance level immediately. So once you see that being broken, that's going to be a very, very bullish sign. And of course, we have something like this. So on the RSI, we are very close, very near an apex of this, you could say, symmetrical triangle, because you're going to be in between a support and resistance level. You're going to be forced into a move sooner rather than later, okay? And let's open up the CoinMarketCap page as well and see what the project is all about. So Polka Fantasy, I guess that's the one. This is the link. Thank you everyone for joining the stream. Let me know if the stream works properly. It should work okay, because I don't see any issues with the stream, so it should be fine. Let me know if there are any issues, but should be fine right now. So Polka Fantasy market cap around $1 million. Wow, that is very cheap. So we dropped down from $3 down to 7 cents. So the max supply is 200 million tokens. The 14 million tokens in circulation right now. Interesting. So Polka Fantasy is a Japanese NFT cross-chain marketplace and multiverse game built for NFT lovers by NFT enthusiasts, inspired by Japanese animation, comics, and games culture. Polka Fantasy is an immersive platform to discover, create, trade, and interact. Okay, so this is an NFT project, and looking at the market cap, it's sitting at $1 million. So really, I mean, entering at any price is going to be okay, in my opinion. Even if it drops or even if it goes 20% higher, I think entering at any prices here is going to be fine, as long as the project isn't a rug pull, of course, right? So you have to do your own research into the project. If it's not a rug pull, and if it's something that they're going to be working on in the foreseeable future, then of course. But if the developers are not showing their faces, and if they're not really enthusiastic about the project, we're going to be dumping, and they're trying to grab liquidity just to sell off of you. But like I said, I haven't done research into this project, so I don't know what's going on with it. But looking at the market cap and looking at the price right now, it has a nice uptrend going for it. If you're looking for a target here, you can take a Fibonacci retracement, take it from the swing low here in March to the swing high in February, and you have a target at around about 10 cents. So from where we are right now, that is going to be sitting at a 45% move to the upside. Of course, something that you have to consider is that if we start losing the yellow support trend line and you start hitting your head on that level as resistance, you potentially can come back down and continue to the downside. Okay, well, we're not going to take a look at this project, and we're not going to deep dive into it right now, but it seems like a okay project. The website isn't a $50 website. As you know, some guys just like to throw $50 websites together and try to sell it as an NFT project. But okay, I mean, do your own research into it. If you deem that it's safe, then of course, by all means, continue investing into it, and hopefully it does great for you, my friend. So Arbitrum, of course. I was waiting for an Arbitrum TA. So Haydar Seed, or Haydar Said, I should say. All right, let's take a look at Arbitrum. From what I understand, let me know if you got the Arbitrum airdrop, by the way, guys. But from what I understand, the price was sitting at $15, and no one was able to sell at $15 from what I understand. No one was able to do that. I'm not even sure where $15 prices were at, but I'm pretty sure I was seeing $15 prices. But I was told that the minimum was 625 tokens. So if you got the airdrop, great. I know you could have used multiple wallets for that. Unfortunately, I didn't, so I didn't get the airdrop. But I will be doing more airdrop videos on this channel, as there are some other projects that are going to probably be airdropping some tokens. So stay tuned for that. Let me know how long you've been on the channel, guys. Thank you all for joining the stream. We'll take a look at all of your altcoins one by one. So Arbitrum, to be honest with you, there's not a lot to talk about because the token just listed, so it can do anything. But the fair price, from what I have been researching, the fair price is around 30 to 50 cents. So we can definitely see a pullback here, because I think around 12% of the supply is out. And with a tremendous selling pressure, the token can absolutely drop. So I would say I would avoid buying in right now. I'm definitely not going to be buying in. Major support level here at $1.21. That's something that you can take a look at. And other than that, really, there's not a lot to talk about. If we see a pump, if we see a move to the upside, you can take a Fibonacci retracement, place it from this low to that high. You have a $1.75 target, a $75 target. You can also target the golden ratio here if you're entering for a short-term trade, $1.39.5, and you can also target the local high here at $1.52. But that's as much as you get, because literally it has been out for a few days, so there's not a lot of data to go off of. So that's regarding Arbitrum, and let's see what we have next. Check fundamentals of XP network worth the risk. So this is not a project that I would be putting my money into, to be honest with you. Polka Fantasy is not something that I would be investing in. Like any NFT projects, I just stay away from them, because most of them are either rug pulls or the team is just going to forget about it because it's not going to be profitable enough. The only sort of NFT metaverse projects that you can take a look at are Mana. You have Engine as well. So I do have Engine coins in my portfolio. Where is that? So Engine is something that you can invest in, because that's a good project that has a lot of partnerships. And you have Mana. You can go for Sandbox as well. I haven't looked into Sandbox that much. But Mana is pulling back down. It has a nice higher low here, so I might just buy some Mana as well. Those are really the only metaverse projects that I would be investing in, honestly. It's just not worth the risk, in my opinion. So if I was deciding whether to buy it or not, I would just not do it at all. It's just not worth it. There are a lot of other projects that are most definitely going to have some gains moving forward, but XP can just dump within a few days, and there's nothing you can do about it. So if you have a large, strong portfolio, okay, then you can throw in some money here in case it does 100x. But if you have a few coins and it's a $300 portfolio, my friend, you probably shouldn't be investing or even breathing into into these projects, okay? Because it's just not worth it. Next up, Hinfu True says, thanks, bro, for the TA. No problem. Near protocol. So I did want to make a Near update video on the channel, but let's just take a look at it here and see what's going on. And let's open the weekly chart here on Near. And let's take a look at it. So Near protocol has pulled back very nicely toward the July 2021 low. So this is a good entry. Personally, I have a nice position in Near. I'm probably going to buy more tokens if we drop back down to $1.50, $1.60. I'll get more. But for now, I have enough. I'm dollar cost averaging into other projects. We are bouncing off of this support block set from $1.88 down to $1.54. As you can see, this green support block, maybe it's difficult to see. I'll change the color to red. So this red support block is something that you want to be eyeballing because, once we start moving up from here, this potentially could be our, local low, and we were just going to be moving forward from here, just like we bounced off of it over here. So I would say if you're looking to dollar cost average into Near Protocol, this is a good point to do so. Even though we might pull back a little lower, you just buy more tokens. That's it. If you're bullish on Near, there is no point in waiting because, anything can happen and we can absolutely soar in the next few days. You've had your waiting time, to be honest with you. I'm not trying to, scare you or anything, but we've had enough time to dollar cost average into Near, right? You've been pulling back down since June. You had nice buying opportunities here around $3. Obviously, we dumped even lower, so below $2. That is very cheap. So if you manage to buy all of this and you still have some spare money to put into Near, obviously just dollar cost average at these prices, because the longer you wait, the less chances you have of buying the dip. And of course, you have to understand there could be flash crashes, black swan events coming in as well. Those are unforeseeable events. So even if we go up to $5 and then we have the flash crash back to $3 or $2, you should be buying that as well. But I'm not saying that that's impossible. I'm just saying that that's something that could happen. So just because you bought in here doesn't mean that that is going to be the bottom. Okay, so just make sure you are buying for the long term and make sure you are understanding the risks. But with Near Protocol, I would say this is one of the more stronger projects, and I think we are going to be expecting some nice gains. I would say $50, $60 next bull market. That's almost set in stone for me. Obviously, we'll be taking a look at what happens, and we'll be going off of Bitcoin and what the Fed does in the next few years. But for now, I think that's going to be a nice target. If we take a look at this Fibonacci retracement from the low in December to the swing high in January 2022, we have our 1.414 target at $62. And we have our 1.272 at $42. So those are going to be our two targets moving forward in the bull market. You have the 1.618 at $110, but I don't think that is going to be, I don't think that's possible. Okay, I don't think that's possible. If that does happen for whatever reason, great. You can just leave 10% of your tokens after $62 and you can just hope that it gets there. But these are the major targets that I'm looking at. Okay, so this is where I'm going to be taking profits. So that's regarding Near. Next up we have, so Hinfu True says Moon River. Okay, we'll take a look at Moon River. And I see Avira R, what about GMX? So my friend, I just recorded a GMX technical analysis video. That's going to be dropping on the channel later in the day. So stay tuned for that. So I'm not going to be taking a look at GMX in this stream as to not waste time on altcoins I have looked at already. So we'll take a look at Moon River. I do have Moon River. I'm very bullish on Moon River. With the tokens that are being dumped into the supply, of course, we're probably not going Not probably, but it is possible that we're not going to be able to reach our all-time high prices. Some altcoins just don't do that, right? Some altcoins print an all-time high and then the next bull market, they just print a lower high. That is fine by me because even if we get to, let's say, $200, that is going to be a lot of money. That is a lot of money. And you can see there is a trading range here that we can be eyeballing. So that trading range in December of 2021 and January 2022, we lost that, back tested it as support. So that is going to be a major target for us to reach. And if we manage to break that, of course, we could get overextensions and we could look at $300, $400. But I would stay more conservative and I would be buying at these cheap prices right now. I have a good stack and they're staking on the Nova wallet. I do have a tutorial on how to stake the Moon River tokens on the Nova wallet. So feel free to check out the cryptocurrency guides playlist on my main channel page. But for now, what we're doing on Moon River, as is seen on a lot of altcoins, to be honest with you, is we're printing a higher low, and that is very bullish. We're printing a higher low. The one negative thing is that we're running into the same resistance level at $13. So we've been doing this multiple times over the past few months. So the next leg up, hopefully we're going to be able to break the local high we printed in February. That's going to be very important. But if you are looking to get into Moon River, I would say, below $9, below $10, that's very cheap. I know a guy who's been buying Moon River for ages now. He has like 2,000 plus tokens, and he's staking on the on the Moon River network. And he's going to be taking profits at $100. So that's $200K. Imagine getting to $100. And I think getting to $100 is something that we can do by the end of this year, to be honest with you. It all depends on what Bitcoin does, obviously, but towards the end of the year, I think the sentiment is going to change, and we're going to be more bullish than bearish because the Bitcoin halving is going to be moving up. Everyone's going to start accumulating more Bitcoin. They're going to start buying in as Bitcoin moves up. So that's going to start creating demand. And I think, getting closer to 2023, maybe early 2024, I think we could be sitting at $100 tokens for $100 per token. If you're looking for good entries here, if you want specific entry levels, you take a look at this Fibonacci retracement from the swing high in February to the swing low in February, right? You have the 1.272 at $7.54. You have the 1.414 at $7.17. And you have the 1.618 at $6.68. If you are going to get to those, of course, if you get down to those levels. So you can set up some buy limit orders in advance. Personally, when I buy into Moon River and I see the price below $10, I just buy 10 tokens every single time, and that's it, no matter the price, because this is very cheap. This is very cheap. When we get, let's say we get to $250 or $200 in the next bull market, let's say we get there. Is it really going to matter whether you bought at $8.50 or $7.65? I don't think there's going to be much of a difference. So I think buying these lows, is what we're going to be doing, is what smart people are going to be doing, and it's what separates us from all the people that are going to be running into the markets at the hype and at the peak of the bull market, right? Because we are the ones sitting in the bear market, accumulating these positions, buying these low prices so that we can sell up there. So really being too greedy about it and just waiting for specific prices with a project like Moon River, I think that's, you can do that, of course, but if you have a good position in Moon River, of course, you can wait for these support levels. But if not, if you're looking to get into the project right now, I would say these are very, very cheap and lucrative prices for you to get into the project. Taking a look at the daily RSI, we have a couple of support levels here. So I would be eyeballing the red support trend line. As you can see, we have multiple bounces off of that red trend line over here, over here, over here, almost over here. So I would say the red trend line could be a nice support level. If you drop below the RSI of 30, that is considered oversold. So you can take a look at those entries there once we get there, if we get there in the near future. But like I said, I have a nice position. I'm staking. I'm all set. So if we drop lower, I'm going to buy more tokens. That's no big deal for me. So that's regarding Moon River. So Venzel Palconi says, hi, can TSEK Theta token, I want to sell at $1.30. Great, let's take a look at that. TSEK, we'll see what that project... Okay, so it's not available on CoinMarketCap. That's a red flag for me. Oh, you mean Theta token. Okay, sorry. You were talking about Theta. Of course, we'll take a look at Theta. So we have Theta. We're doing updates on Theta on the weekly basis on the channel. So if you want to stay up to date with the price, you can just stay tuned on the channel. So let's take a look at Theta here. It's sitting around $1. To be honest with you, right now, I'm eyeballing some entries around $1. That's pretty cheap for me. So I would be entering at around $1. And let's open up the... Oh God, why is it doing that? Let's open up the weekly chart here on the Opera Binance site. So we'll take a look at Theta right now real quick. You're looking to sell at $1.30. So I'm not sure why you're looking to sell at that specific level. But if that's your target, then let's see what we can expect. $1.30, I mean, that's a 30% move to the upside. But If you need to get out of the token, that's fine. So we had this falling wedge, which is a bullish reversal pattern. A lot of altcoins have been breaking out of this pattern. We had a move to the upside. We broke above this resistance level that we retested multiple times since August last year. And now we're coming back down for support. But you can also see that we broke above this pink resistance trend line. You have this pink diagonal resistance trend line. We broke above it as well. We came back down, we retested it as support, and now we're moving to the upside. And above us, we have this major resistance block set from $1.54 up to down to $1.09. So that is going to be a major area for us to break above, because this was a support level previously, now flipped to resistance. So if you're looking to sell at $1.30, you can do that, of course. You have a resistance level at $1.05, and you have a resistance level here at $1.34.5. So based off of this local high, you can sell at $1.29.99, because you never want to have round numbers in your sell or buy orders, to be honest with you, because that way you just limit your opportunities of getting filled. So if you have a support level here, let's say at $1.54, you always want to set the sell order below that, because when the price goes up, there's more chances of you getting filled, and a lot of people are going to pile in on that same support level because everyone has the same support block or the same Fibonacci retracement, whatever. They're all going to set the exact same buy limit or sell limit orders. But if you're doing it just below that, you get your order filled in, the price reverses, and then they are the ones who are forced to sell at lower prices, okay? That's a very smart thing to keep in mind. But if you're looking to sell at $1.30, let's take a look at the Fibonacci retracement potential targets here. So $1.42 is going to be our 1.618 target if we break above $1.23. So if we break above that, we're targeting $1.42. But there's a good chance we might continue lower here, because Bitcoin could start pulling back down. It is a bit overextended right now, so I wouldn't be selling any tokens right now. This is the time to be accumulating, my friend. So if you're waiting for $1.34, I assume that's going to be filled in the next few weeks, a few months, so I wouldn't be worried about that. So maybe just set your sell limit order if that's what you're looking for. But to be honest with you, I don't know why you're looking to sell that cheap. So maybe you have something that you need to do with the money. Of course, that's up to you. But yeah, I would say that's probably going to get filled within the next few weeks to a month or two, because you do have these impulsive moves to the downside and corrective waves to the downside. So if you're looking for entries into Theta, I would say 73 cents here is going to be a golden entry. This is going to be a golden entry because this is the bottom that we printed in December last year. So that's going to be a golden entry into the project. And if we get down there, I'm probably going to be buying a nice stack of Theta tokens, because I think Theta is going to be doing very good in the next bull market as gaming and streaming becomes more decentralized and more popular, because gaming, if we're honest, gaming is going to be huge in the next 5 years. So any projects related to gaming are going to be exploding. So you have to keep that in mind. And Theta, with its streaming services, that is going to be doing very well in the next bull market as well. Plus, the entire supply is already out in circulation, so no tokens are going to be dumped on top of you. So that's also one of the main indicators or main factors that I'm looking in. So very cheap prices for Theta. This is where I would be buying, to be honest with you. And let's quickly take a look at Bitcoin, what's going on here. Okay, so I'm looking for Bitcoin. As you can see, we need to see retracement down to the 20 EMA, which is at $25,700. That is going to be quite a pullback. Everyone's going to get scared immediately for some reason. For some reason, a 3% or 5% pullback on Bitcoin is the end of the world for some people. But that is what we need to see for a healthy continuation here, because we're very overextended right now. And I think altcoins are going to pull back down a little as well if we do see that. Plus, the gap in between the 20 EMA and the 55 EMA is quite large. So that is also a negative sign. Usually when that happens, we see a pullback. If we open up the weekly chart, as you can see, I had this Fibonacci retracement for many, many months now. We reached our 1.618 target at 16,800. That was retested very nicely here in November. We stayed there throughout the 2 months there. and then we started moving to the upside. So technical target met, and now we're coming back up and we're retesting this resistance level that we have at 28,800. We were targeting this as well in the Telegram chats, and we've been talking about this on Patreon as well. So this is a major resistance level, and we're simply coming back up for a backtest of resistance, and we're probably going to see a move back down, potentially down to the 20 MA. Maybe we go below $25,000 briefly, but hopefully we can stay afloat here, and hopefully Bitcoin is going to be doing well. As you can see, we also opened a candle above this yellow trend line, which was a major support level for us, moving from February 2021 all the way down to May of 2022. Unfortunately, then we broke down below with the Luna pullback. And now we've opened a candle above that level. So this is a bullish sign. So hopefully we stay afloat above this level, and hopefully we keep holding it as support. That's going to be a major thing. That's regarding Bitcoin. Vanzel, no problem. No problem. I got the airdrop. I think it's undervalued considering the fourth largest total value chain. I think, yeah, that's a good point actually with the total value. I think Arbitrum has almost twice the TVL of Optimism. We have where's Optimism? For those of you who are familiar with Optimism, the Arbitrum TVL is twice as large as the Arbitrum's or as the Optimism's one. So that's good. So Arbitrum could be undervalued in that sense, of course, but I think just because the token just got listed, I think we might see a pullback. I honestly think we might see a pullback from here. But if you're looking for entries, to be honest with you, like $1.20, we've been holding this as support for a few hours now. So that's a good level to keep an eye on if you're looking for entries. And the long term, of course, I think this is a good entry. If you're looking for long term and you're looking to take profits higher, of course, this is pretty cheap. Have been following your TA for almost 1 year, and I love it. You do TA at all coins that I'm dollar cost averaging. That's great. Hey, Hater Said, thank you very much. I enjoy helping people. So Jajam Chekrindar, I'm sorry if I butchered that name, I probably did, asking for Algorand. So we'll take a look at Algorand as well. I do have a very nice stack of Algorand tokens myself, bullish on this project long term. And let's open up the weekly chart for Algorand here. And there we go. We'll take a look at the weekly and we'll take a look at the daily. We'll take a look at a few more tokens. We have AGIX. We'll take a look at AGIX and we'll take a look at Eagled. Immutable X looks like it's a good pickup right now. Okay, let's see how long we've been going at this stream for. So 30 minutes. Okay, we'll go for 20 more minutes, and then I'm gonna have to end the stream because I have to render the other videos that are gonna be up on the channel soon, and I have to get some Patreon posts up as well. So taking a look at Algorand, you're very near the bottom that we created in December of 2022, and on top of that, you are in this support block, in this green support block that has been retested back in 2020. So this is a very, very good entry in my opinion. I have been buying around these prices, so I have a nice stack right now. I'm not looking to buy any more tokens per se, but what we're doing right now on the weekly is we're running into this major resistance level. As you can see, we have run into it in here back in January of 2022. We ran into that level in November last year. We had a little fake out here in February, but then we broke down below, and now we're running into it once again. So hopefully once we break above this level, we're gonna have some nice volume candles coming in to confirm that breakout, because if you don't have volume confirming a major breakout, then usually that is a fake out. So we need to break above the 20 MA, and we need to break above the upper level of the resistance block here, or the support block, you should say, because we're in it right now. But for these prices here, this is very cheap. This is very cheap, 20 cents. I mean, this is where I would be buying, to be honest with you. So if you're buying for the long term especially, this is very cheap. So let's set a Fibonacci retracement and let's take a look at some potential targets to the upside. So we have our 1.618 sitting at $12. That could be a bit unrealistic. So we'll be more conservative and we'll take a look at the 1.414 at $7.31. And we'll take a look at $4.95 as our technical targets for the next bull market. So after we break above the all-time high here at $2.40, we can start targeting these technical targets. So your minimal target is the 1.272, and then you have the 1.414. From where we are right now, that would be 2,300% to the upside and 3,400% to the upside. I think that's pretty doable. That is more or less conservative, so I would say that is doable in my opinion. And also on the daily chart on Algorand, if we jump into the daily here, different chart from TradingView, you can see that we are in a channel down pattern. So usually channel down patterns are broken to the upside impulsively. So with any moves to the upside here, I would be careful swing trading or taking profits in general, because you don't want to sell at the start of the move once you break out here, because you think it's going to pull back down from that resistance. And you might just see an explosive move to the upside. So be careful taking profits right now. I would say just accumulate as much as you can, because sooner or later the prices are going to get out of their resistance levels and Bitcoin is going to start pumping, and you're going to be sorry that you didn't buy in at these levels because you were waiting for the price to go lower for some reason. So I'm just saying, put in as much as you can afford to lose, of course, but these are very cheap prices for Algorand. You're in this channel down pattern. As long as you're in this channel down pattern, that's a very good buying opportunity for myself. So like I said, GMX is going to be coming out later in the day on the channel, and we're going to be having a Polygon-matic technical analysis as well. Next up, we're going to be taking a look at Eagled. So Multiverse X, there we go, Bitcoin's pulling back down. I have a buy limit order set up for DSLA here, but the sucker just doesn't want to pull back down. It's a bit annoying, but it should drop back down. So Elrond, I do have a nice stack of Elrond tokens as well. Multiverse X, I think with their business/entertainment niche, they're going to be doing very well in the next bull market. Plus, on top of that, the total supply is very low, which means it's going to be easier to move the prices up. So as you can see, the circulating supply is 25 million tokens, and you have 31 million tokens in total supply, or max supply. So that's very cheap. Let's open up the weekly chart here, and let's take a look at what we see. I also do Multiverse X and Elrond TA on a weekly basis, on Thursdays usually. I drop in a Elrond and a Theta technical analysis on Thursdays. So this is the weekly chart. As you can see, we have multiple support blocks here, but we are in this support block that's set from $45 down to $35. That is a major support block for us. And as long as you're in this support block, you're good to dollar cost average, in my opinion, because you can still go all the way down to 35 cents and you're still bullish, and you can go up from here. As long as we hold this low, as long as we have this low, we don't break below it, we're good to go. Because if you break that low, you're going to be continuing in this downtrend, right? But what we're hoping for here is that we can start creating higher lows and higher highs, create this local uptrend in order to start taking out some major targets. So I would say getting closer to the end of the year, we could be sitting at $120 per token, potentially, or retesting that January 2022 low, coming up there and retesting that and pulling back down. I am expecting a fake out or a bull trap in August/September this year as well, because typically you see that during that period of time. Every single year you open up the markets, you see a swing high in August or September. That's been happening for a very long time. If we're looking for bull market targets for Elrond, we have to stay a bit more conservative as well. So I would say anywhere between $876 up to $1,263. That is doable. Of course, the 1.618 Fibonacci level here is sitting at $2,139. So I would say it is possible we get there, but I would say just don't get your hopes up, okay? Because you want to be able to take profits the next bull market. and you want to make some money. If you're going to be holding your entire stack until you get to $2,000, you might not get there, and you might just ride ride the wave into the bear market. So just make sure you're taking profits at these levels here if we get there and if you have your tokens with you at that time. But this over here, this is a very good, very cheap. Anything below $50 cheap for Elrond. That's very cheap for Elrond. So get yourself a nice stack, and hopefully you're able to hold until the next bull market. If we take a look at the weekly RSI, let's see what's going on here. We're entering a support block as well, so that's going to be a nice area to dollar cost average in. $42.2 down to 39.3. Great buying opportunity, because that was our support back in January, back in February last year, and back in June of 2021. So historically and mathematically speaking, there's a good chance we see a bounce from here, but we want to be breaking above the white resistance trend line above us. That has been holding us down since March of 2022 and February of 2023. So that is going to be something important to do. With that breakout, potentially that's going to happen getting closer to August of 2023 once we see that fake out, right? You have that move to the upside, and then you pull back down. That's what I have for Multiverse X. Hey Hazik, hope you're doing well. Finally caught up with your stream. Do a TA on Vulcan Forged PYR, please. Okay, thank you very much for joining the stream. I'm glad you caught up. And people are asking for Immutable X, Avira, and Mexican Righteous. We'll take a look at Immutable X, and we'll take a look at Vulcan Forged, and that's going to be it for the stream. Immutable X. I am eyeballing Immutable X as well, because that is a nice project. We just did a project highlight on Patreon for it. And where is it? Where is IMX? There we go. It actually pulled back quite nicely here, around $1. This could be a very nice entry, to be honest with you. Let's take a look at the CoinMarketCap page for Immutable X. Just below $1 billion. That's not too bad. 43% in circulation. Depends on what the unlocks are. But this is very good. This is a very nice project. So yeah, if we drop below $1 here, I might be eyeballing some entries as well. This could be very bullish. So let's take a look at what's going on here. So obviously you see a support block. Immediately you can spot this support block. So from 70 cents or 71 cents down to 65 cents, that's going to be a major support block. This was a little trading range that we had in January a few months ago, and then we broke above, and we never really came back down to back test it as support. So that is something that I'm looking at potentially, but that would mean that we're losing this March local low, which is not that important, to be honest with you. What's more important is for us to hold this January low, because that's what actually drove us up to the upside here, bouncing off of that level here. That's what drove us up to the upside there. So if you're seeing a flash crash, whatever happens in the markets, we see a black swan event, altcoins dumping 50-60%, just eyeball this low here. If we get down to 40 cents or below 40 cents, that's going to be a nice entry. Of course, potentially that is not going to be happening anytime soon. So 70 to 65 cents, major support level there. I would be buying some tokens in that area as well. You can buy some off of the 55 EMA as well. But you have to stick to the news, and you have to see what's going on in terms of, you have to see if the SEC is going to be going after some cryptos, because they just went after Tron, and good for them. Tron is a pretty scammy project. They have a lot of scammy mining NFT, mining token projects, and they're artificially keeping their token price afloat. If you take a look at the Tron price, it's always in an uptrend. It's not really dumping with the markets. That's because they're using their stablecoin to artificially hold the crypto's price afloat. That's what they're doing. And yeah, if something like that happens, the entire market is going to dump. Okay, so we don't know if that's going to be happening or when that is going to be happening. So just make sure you're dollar cost averaging through these dips instead of buying when you're pumping. So once you're dumping, that's when you can start buying. But a lot of people like to enter when you're pumping, and they ask for technical analysis reviews, and they start paying attention to the coin. But that's literally when everyone is getting out of their positions. So for now, I would say below $1, around 85 cents here, you can target this low as a good entry. If we lose that low, then you have this support block here. And if we're looking long term, let's set some long term targets as well. Let's do that low from there, and we'll take that high. So we're looking at $8.62. I think that's okay. I think that's doable. Potentially, we could even get to $17 or roughly $18. But we're sitting at a 1 billion market cap roughly right now, so just make sure you're aware of that. So you always count in the circulating supply, the market cap, and the marketing strategies of the companies when you're setting your price targets. And don't set your price targets just because $10 is a nice round number. That's not how it works. So take a look at these Fibonacci levels here. So $8.62 from where we are right now, that is a nice 742% move to the upside. So as you can see, that's not a lot. But if you take a look at the December low here, that would be a 2,238% move to the upside. So that sounds more like a bull market move to the upside. And if we target the second fib level, that's 4,600% move to the upside to the second fib level at $18. So whether you're targeting $18 or $8, anything below $1 is very cheap. On the weekly chart, you should target the 20 EMA here, which is currently sitting at 86 cents. That's going to be a major entry because the 20 EMA is your bull market band. That's what is keeping you afloat in the bull market. We had one bounce here in January, second bounce in February, another one in March. So hopefully we can stay above the 20 EMA. It's going to drag us above the 55. We have that bullish cross and we can continue to the upside. So 20 EMA is as low as you can be expecting for entries. If we go lower than that, great. You consider yourself lucky. You can enter even lower. That's what I think about Immutable X. And like I said, I'm going to be probably going to be entering this project into this project as well. And we'll do the PYR crypto as well. I don't think I've heard of this one before. We'll take a look at the CoinMarketCap page and we'll take a look at the token. And this is going to be the last project for this stream, guys. I'm hoping I can stream tomorrow. We'll see how busy it gets in terms of my videos. So it's listed on Binance. Wow, that's good. That's a nice sign. That's always a nice sign. Okay, so this is reminding me of Chainlink, to be honest with you. $95 million market cap, half the supply in circulation. So 50 million is the total supply. The crypto has been out since May of 2021. We saw a nice move to the upside here in November 2 years ago. So what is Vulcan Forged? Vulcan Forge is a blockchain game studio and NFT marketplace. They are the makers of Vulcanverse. PYR is the native utility token that is used for fees, staking, upgrading, and game assets, play to earn, and it gives you access to the game developers and NFT decentralized application incubation program. So basically like a launch pad. Okay, so sounds interesting. It's already listed on Binance, so this is not really a shitcoin by any means. So let's see what's going on here. Now, the reason I said it reminds me of Chainlink is because Chainlink has been in this sideways channel for almost a year now, and the same is true for this project. So immediately, I would say that anything within the realms of this sideways channel is a very good buying opportunity. So between $4.92 down to $2.75, that is going to be a major entry. These are very good entries. If you're obviously bullish on the project and you're bullish on the team, you think they're going to be delivering on their promises moving forward, then you can be expecting a retracement to $55 in the bull market and potentially getting us to $114 as an overextension level here for the second fib level there. So that's what we could be targeting, of course, but it all depends on how bullish the project becomes. Maybe it has a lot of partnerships moving forward and the price absolutely skyrockets. So whatever the case may be, these are good buying opportunities here. And you're in this sideways channel. As you can see, you're just going up and down between this support and resistance levels. So between $4.21 down to $2.71 even, that's very cheap. That is very cheap, so there's not really a lot to cover here. It's just a sideways channel. Moving forward, the golden ratio is going to be a major resistance level for us at $8.61. So if you're looking to take profits sometime in the next few months, you could be looking at that as a nice exit, and the 786 on the Fibonacci at $11.79. That's going to be a nice exit as well. On the weekly RSI, we're moving out of the oversold here very nicely. Let's take a look at the daily real quick and see what's happening here. Do we have any bearish divergences potentially? Not really. Not really. Not really. Okay, so yeah, the price is moving below the 20 EMA here. We're in a bearish cross. We created the bearish cross in March, and we're pulling back down from this lower high now. So for immediate support levels, I would be eyeballing this local low here. So we bounced off of this level in March. We could come back down to that level. That's around about $3.05. That's going to be a very good entry. But the market cap is below $100 million. So I would say that's very cheap. So just try to, as the lower you go, the more tokens you buy. That's a very healthy approach to dollar cost averaging into tokens right now. Vulcan Forged consists of 30 core members spread over Greece, UK, and Ukraine. Their main office is located in Athens, Greece, with 9 in-house and led by CEO Jamie Thompson. So yeah, this looks like an okay project, to be honest with you. It's listed everywhere, literally most of the major exchanges. So I'm going to probably take a look at this as well. Actually, I have it in my watch list, so I was supposed to look at it. Just didn't have time. Maybe we even looked at it in the previous stream. I don't remember. I do not remember, but that should cover it for all the altcoins, guys. Thank you all for your requests. I really appreciate you joining the stream. Bitcoin has started pulling back down. Well, that's it. I guess that's me moving the markets with my live stream. But I want to thank you all for joining the stream. Let me know if you're going to be down to join the stream tomorrow, because we could probably stream tomorrow as well during the same time. And thank you all for joining. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to stay tuned to more technical analysis updates. Like I said, today we're getting the GMX and Polygon Matic video out very soon. And yeah, that should be everything, guys. Thank you for watching once again, and hopefully you have a great day. Stay safe. Goodbye.